It is the year 1130. Inside the Jamia Mosque of Tikrit in present-day Iraq, the sheikh is seated in his chamber with Najmuddin Ayyub, the governor of the region. They are discussing administrative and political matters when suddenly an innocent female voice is heard from behind the curtain. "Sheikh, you had ordered my attendance." The sheikh looks apologetically at the governor, excuses himself, and then speaks to the girl. "O servant of Allah, you have rejected the proposal once again. This time, I was certain they would accept." From behind the curtain, she replies calmly, "Sheikh, the boy was handsome and wealthy, but he was not good enough for me." The sheikh asks firmly, "My daughter, what is it that you truly want?" Najmuddin Ayyub listens silently. There is something in the girl's voice that captures his attention. He recalls a recent conversation with his brother, Salahuddin, who had been urging him to marry. Many proposals had come, but none met Najmuddin's standards, not even those from noble Seljuk families. Najmuddin had once said clearly, "I want a righteous woman, one who will raise her son with proper values, who will become a great leader, free Beit al-Maqdis, and hold my hand when we enter paradise." At that very moment, the girl's voice is heard again. "Sheikh, I want a husband who is pure-hearted, whose son I can raise to be brave, who will liberate Beit al-Maqdis, and who will hold my hand in paradise." Najmuddin is stunned. It feels as though Allah has sent this girl especially for him. He rises and says decisively, "Sheikh, I wish to marry this girl." The sheikh responds, "Najmuddin, she is very poor." Najmuddin replies without hesitation, "I seek faith, not wealth." History would later prove the wisdom of this decision. From this marriage was born a child who would become known as the Sultan of Sultans, Sultan Salahuddin Yusuf bin Ayyub. By 1138, although Tikrit was under Seljuk control, the influence of the Zengi dynasty was growing. After suffering a defeat, a Zengi army reached the banks of the Tigris River. Najmuddin Ayyub helped them cross the river, an act that angered the Seljuk ruler. Around the same time, Salahuddin Shirkuh became involved in a dispute with a local commander and killed him. The situation spiraled out of control, and both brothers were ordered to leave the city. That very day, Najmuddin's wife gave birth to a son. Joy and sorrow arrived together. Their supplies were seized, and they were forced to leave Tikrit immediately. Many called the child unlucky, but history had other plans. This child was Yusuf bin Najmuddin Ayyub, the future defender of Islam and liberator of Jerusalem. The family migrated to Mosul and later to Aleppo, where Sultan Imaduddin Zengi welcomed them warmly. In return for Najmuddin's loyalty, he appointed him governor of Baalbek. This was the era of the Crusades. In 1095, Europe united against the Muslim world, and by 1099, Jerusalem had fallen to the Crusaders. The Muslim world was divided. 4 Crusader states were established in the heart of Muslim lands: Edessa, Antioch, Tripoli, and Jerusalem. The first major resistance came from Imaduddin Zengi, followed by his son Nuruddin Zengi, who emerged as a formidable force against the Crusaders. Under Nuruddin's rule, Najmuddin Ayyub was appointed governor of Damascus. Young Yusuf was educated in religious sciences alongside swordsmanship, archery, and horsemanship. His primary mentor was his uncle Salahuddin Shirkuh, a seasoned military commander. When the Fatimid rule in Egypt weakened, Nuruddin sent Shirkuh to intervene, and Yusuf accompanied him. In Egypt, Yusuf demonstrated extraordinary courage and leadership. His reputation spread rapidly, and he earned the title Al-Nasir Yusuf. In 1171, the Fatimid Caliphate came to an end, and Yusuf established his authority over Egypt. Salahuddin later said, "When Allah granted me Egypt, I became certain that he would grant me Palestine as well. After Nuruddin Zengi's death, chaos spread in Damascus. Fearing conspiracies against her young son, Nuruddin's widow wrote to Salahuddin, asking him to take control. Salahuddin accepted, becoming the ruler of both Egypt and Syria. He united the Muslims and declared, "I will lay the foundation for the liberation of Bait al-Maqdis with my own hands." In 1187, at the Battle of Hattin, Salahuddin achieved a decisive victory over the Crusaders. Reynold of Chatillon, infamous for his cruelty, was executed by the Sultan himself, fulfilling his oath. On October 2nd, 1187, Jerusalem was liberated. Salahuddin granted general amnesty, allowed Christians to leave peacefully, and personally paid the ransom for those who could not afford it. His mercy shattered Western misconceptions and established him as a model of justice and compassion. On March 11th, 1193, at the age of 55, Sultan Salahuddin Ayyubi passed away in Damascus. His empire stretched over 2 million square kilometers, but his greatest legacy was the liberation of Jerusalem, which remained under Muslim rule for nearly 700 years. Even today, Muslims across the world raise their hands in prayer and say, "O Allah, raise another Salahuddin." Jerusalem still awaits that prayer's answer.